Good morning, I am Tracy Spence with your newscast. This newscast is brought to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join, believe in. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruise In with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. Now for the news in details. Leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, Andrew Holness, believes he made the right decision to announce a date for the general election amidst the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. Quizzed in his handling of the outbreak of the virus on the island and his move to call an election at this time, Holness stated that the country has been doing well. He noted that it could take over a year for a suitable vaccine to be developed. In defending his decision to head to the polls on September 3rd, Holness said Jamaica is not the only country that has decided to go ahead with an election. He also cited that Jamaica has one of the lowest mortality rates per capita and pointed out that by definition, with a pandemic, there will be spikes. However, People's National Party President Dr. Peter Phillips lashed the government for what he said was a disregard for the scientific advice of health personnel. He said that during the Emancipation and Independence Day period, it was recommended that restrictions should be tightened, but this was ignored. Jamaica's Cannabis Licensing Authority, CLA, says it is aiming to issue its 100th license before the end of the 2020-2021 fiscal year. Director of Research, Development and Communications at the CLA, Felicia Bailey, said the authority is focused on achieving this goal through a reduction in the application processing time. The authority has issued 67 ganja licenses to local companies and individuals since its establishment in 2015. In addition, there are 21 applicants as the license granted stage of the process. Bailey noted that the CLA's key performance indicators, KPI, for processing time is now 6 months, which is a reduction compared to the more than 8-month period that previously existed. The 67 licenses granted by the CLA included 28 for cultivation, 23 for retail, 11 for processing, 4 for research and development, and 1 for transportation. The CLA is an agency under the portfolio of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries that was established in 2015 under the Dangerous Drug Amendment Act with a specific role to establish and regulate Jamaica's legal cannabis and hemp industry. Meanwhile, Jamaica's tourism stakeholders are putting the necessary health protocols and other safeguards in place in preparation for a possible return of cruise ships to the island ports. Chief Executive Officer of Chaka Caribbean Adventures, Mark Melville, said the absence of the cruise ships has taken a huge financial toll on many local tourism entities, including those in the craft and the duty. Melvin pointed out that no other sector in global tourism has been hit as hard as cruise shipping due to the fallout from the novel coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. He further notes that over the last 6 months, there has been focused on restoring passenger confidence and ways to get the industry sailing again. Finally, People's National Party candidate for West Central St. James, Dr. Andre Horton, says if his party wins the September 3rd general elections, all posters without qualifications will be banned. Horton, a lecturer in economics at the University of the West Indies and up to recently a PNP senator, has been for some time part of the junior ranks of the party's shadow cabinet, overseeing the planning and development portfolio within the office of the leader of the opposition, Dr. Peter Phillips. At least once since holding that position, Horton has cited for having spoken out of turn, essentially contradicting the position of Phillips and by extension the party. It is not known if Horton's latest controversial public statement represents the party or the leader's position on the matter. And that is it for the news. This newscast came to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruise In with the Case Handler, a show on a personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Tracy Spence. To have a good morning.